cooling a little bit. All right, let's get a check of this forecast now with meteorologist Hannah Gard. Hannah, I mean, this is a perfect night to party, as you can see there.
Yeah, it's definitely the perfect night. We're not feeling cool out there at all. Now, it's probably pretty humid, so I don't know about what it smells like down there right now, but we're definitely seeing some low clouds out there forming. So we might get some patchy fog across the area. We don't have a dense fog advisory, so I don't think that we'll see anything very thick, but we could see some of that forming. It's very humid. Now, temperatures earlier today, we've been talking about how warm it was. We were just a degree shy of that record, which was 84, set in 2018. And across the area, most of us were in the 80s. Down by the coast, we were in those high 70s, but it's been a very warm day. Now, temperatures not so bad now that that sun is down. We're in the high 90s. We're seeing some breeze from the south, not too bad. And across the region, we're seeing those much warmer conditions, 70s in Oklahoma City, but then you can see just up to the north in Denver in the 30s. We have a lot of snow happening up to the north as well, and we're also getting some moisture around this area of high pressure that's sitting to the south. That is what's keeping us nice and dry. The rest of the evening, we're pretty much going to be around where we are right now. Not too much of a change out there with that cloud cover insulating us. We will start to warm up very quickly, and it's going to get really windy by tomorrow afternoon. We'll be in the high 70s into those mid 80s later in the day. So we're touching that record tomorrow. The record is 84. Thursday, we could break that record of 82. Friday, we still stay pretty warm. We do get a little bit on the cooler side compared to the middle part of the week. We see some cloud cover moving in, and those lows stay in the 60s through the rest of the week. So we will get really breezy tomorrow because we have this low pressure system bringing a little bit of storm activity to the north. Ahead of that, we get those really strong winds. So we'll see those breezy conditions, and then things kind of calm out once that boundary stalls up to the north of us. So very warm through Thursday. Friday, here's that cloud cover because of that boundary and some moisture in the area. That'll keep us a little bit on the lower side, but still staying very humid. So as that system moves through, like I said, getting very breezy, we do have wind gust potential 30 to 40 mile an hour across the area. That's going to be throughout the afternoon. So make sure that you tie anything down that's loose out there. That could become problematic. By the evening, though, that will taper off as that system moves off to the east. Things looking a lot better for us. So we do have a wind advisory in effect throughout the entire day tomorrow. Those gusts up to 45 miles per hour. So make sure that you are preparing for that. That's pretty much all that we're worried about this week, though. We don't have a chance for rain. We're going to be in the 80s through the weekend. Lots of sunshine, and we will have that humidity as well. Tuesdays when we're going to see a change coming. We'll get into those mid 70s, but still very unseasonable, more like April and even the end of May, even though we still have a week to go before we hit meteorological spring on the 1st of March. So that's because of that high pressure. It's very persistent down there over the Gulf, and you can see how strong it is because we have Arctic air coming in from the north. That's a pretty strong weather system, and it's not doing anything to this high. That's still just sitting down there to the south. So we try to get some of these low pressure systems in here, and they just go straight up to the north. We still see that southerly flow, but very strong Arctic system impacting the northwest this week. So a lot of snowfall. This second low, when that comes through, that's going to change things a little bit. We'll start to see that flow coming from the north by Wednesday and Thursday, or at least more zonal. So that's going to give us those slightly cooler temperatures in the 70s. We have a lot of people in from out of town. We have widespread winter weather alerts to the north. So if you're traveling in that direction, we might see some travel impacts coming. We could see 20 inches of snowfall in some areas up to the north over the next couple of days. So keep that in mind. Down here, not much going on until Monday. We see that system move through, and that'll bring us a brief cool down into Tuesday, if you could call 75 degrees cool. So we are going to stay in the 80s through Thursday. We dip down a little bit into the low 80s Friday, still in the 80s for the weekend. And Monday, we're giving 20% chance for rain Monday because we could see a little bit of a chance for a shower there. We'll have to watch for across the region. But I think most of that storm activity Monday is going to stay up to the north. Now Tuesday, we'll cool down a little bit once that low pressure system moves through. Still low 70s, not bad at all. And we'll have clear skies by Tuesday. So it is going to stay pretty cloudy throughout this week, similar to what we've seen the past couple of days, guys. But it is going to be unseasonably warm. Even hot. I would say some people call it hot.
Yeah, some people
today.
would call it hot.
Ash Wednesday is going to be hot.
Yes, and I think even today with that humidity and
That's what
everyone
makes
in
it
the
yucky.
French Quarter definitely
Yeah,
feeling
yucky's
hot
a
down there.
perfect word,
It's the
especially, you know, if
Yeah.
you're down there on Bourbon and it's all
You're all
packed tight. I don't
smashed
know how they
in.
can do it.
Well, everyone is right now.
That is true. Okay. All right. Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much,
Hannah.
Hannah.